And now he takes on the third place finisher here, or the second place that is, in the 5 finalists, Mike Limongello. Shows how the scoring has gone so far in these matches. Good start for Bill Allen. And very rarely is it, Billy Whaley, that a fellow goes from 5th all the way through to the championship.
Well, right, Bud. Little Timmy Harahan did it last year in Kansas City. It just doesn't happen too often.
Here's Mike Limongello, 23 years old, from North Babylon, New York. Mike at 23 is the youngest of our finalists. The average age today is around 24. It's ridiculous how young these bowlers are, but I guess this tour, with all the stops, is quite a grind, and the younger you are, the better off you are.
Sort of a preview of things to come, too, Bud. We noticed that Mike Limongello is playing a very deep inside angle, as is the tournament leader, Sammy Baca. But the reason for the deep angle is to get the ball delayed in the track and hold it at the pocket. That time, his release did not get quite enough roll on it because the ball was delayed too much. It deflected to the right.
What are his chances making the 8-10 here?
Not very good, Bud. Again, straight across like the 4-6. He hopes to bounce it out.
And so, Billy Allen, going into the second frame, springs out ahead by 12 pins. Two-bagger.
And 22 pins now.
This is just one of the great tournaments coming up on this PBA tour. There's the Firestone Tournament of Champions. We have the Miller Open, the Cougar Open, sponsored by Lincoln Mercury, and the Ebonite Gold Cup. All big stops here on the PBA tour, which has really grown. And a three-bagger for Bill Allen. He's assuming a commanding lead here in the early frames. 32 pins ahead of Mike Limongello, who comes up in the third frame. Speaking of the PBA, only 46 members started out with and very little prize money, and now they're bowling for over $800,000 just on the winter tour. Sort of needed that one, didn't he, Billy?
Very good ball that time, Bud. You could see the 6 kick the 10 out, and you need a lot of good forward roll on the ball to get that type of pin action. There you see it. Bill Allen perfect through 3 frames. Mike Limongello with that 8-10 split in the second, down by 32.
You might mention a little bit more about the scoring, and people like to just learning about bowling, like to know how it's scored.
Well, Bud, a strike is 10 pins plus what you get on the next 2 balls. A spare is 10 plus what you get on the next ball. You can remember that 3-ball cycle. And he's in a 2-ball cycle right now, and he has 2 in a row.
And that reduces Bill Allen's lead to 22 pins. Mike, as you see, has 1 sanctioned game. He's won 2 tournaments.
And Mike Limongello got that sanctioned 300 game right here in the San Jose Open.
In fact, the scores have been tremendously high here. We've had 2 300 games, 1 299 game, and 2 298 games.
Right, Mike Limongello and a local player, Ted Benefits, had the 300s. Dick Weber, a 299, Ted Hoffman and Dave Davis, both 298.
You had a 286, didn't you, Billy?
Yes, but I slipped in there and got the first 10, and then I kind of threw it bad.
Bill Allen here, leading by 21 going into the 5th frame. He's won his first 2 matches. And he keeps that lead. And we're coming out in the fifth frame now. Mike Limongello is up. A very popular youngster from North Babylon, New York, out on the island. He trails by 21 in the fifth frame. And the crowd starts, come on, baby. It'll come in, not enough.
Way too much around on the right-hand lane, Bud. He caught that little spot we talked about. Once you get it into that area, it won't hook back. There's a lead we commonly refer to as the bucket or the basket, primarily because it's shaped and gives that appearance. That's the 2, 4, 5, and 8. A very difficult spare. He's got to roll through. To get that 8, in his effort to roll through, he pulled it a little too much. Went by it on the left.
That's a tough break. As you can see, Bill Allen just waiting there, trying to relax. Tremendous tension on these players. This is the third match. The winner goes up against Sam Baca. Mike now trails by 37 pins in the sixth frame. Comes right back.
Bud, Bill Allen, trying for back-to-back victories since he won at the Showboat Invitational last week, would be trying that feat for the third time. Twice before he won at Buffalo and Hartford, and then again he won at Mobile and New Orleans.
He's stroking it this afternoon. Goes ahead by 47 pins now. To bowl this way and this consistently under this stress, you really have to be in good shape. These men are athletes.
And you just don't give a bowler like Bill Allen a 47-pin lead, because he works pretty cool when he gets just a 4, 5, or 6-pin lead. 46 or 47, he's out of sight by now.
And he's the only left-hander in our finalists this afternoon. Mike Limongello really up against it now. He started bowling in high school when he was 16. It's really come on for a 23-year-old. Here's the footwork of Mike Limongello.
Very deliberate player, Bud. Great concentration. Takes quite an awful long time.
That looked pretty good to me.
Yes, it did, Bud. It was actually what we call rolled it too good. He got a little too much fingers and, of course, played it very direct. He did not want to leave another bucket. So in going direct with the good roll, you saw the 2-pin jump right over the top of the 4-7. Best possible score now would be 212. Bill Allen would only need to mark in 1 or in 2 of the last 3 frames.
Isn't that rather unusual glove he's wearing or not?
It's a wristband, actually, but he likes a very firm wrist. There you see it. It's just a strap through the center of the hand, but it is actually a wristband to firm up his wrist.
Mike Limongello trailing by about 46 pins here in this match against Bill Allen. Here we go again in this match, Bill Allen versus Mike Limongello. It's interesting, in the 3 matches he's played so far, Bill Allen's only been behind 1 frame. That was against Billy Hardwick. And every game he's opened up with doubles. He's gotten out of the gate really flying, and here he goes again. 8th frame for Bill Allen, leading by 46 pins.
There you see Bill Allen, former winner of the Mobile Open. Also, Mike Limongello, a former winner of the Mobile Open. And we've received word this week that the Mobile Open is really looking good for this year. And
see Dave Davis in the background, who was the alternate here. Dave's been suffering through the week with flu. Just about clinches it, doesn't it?
Right, Bud. That's the reason he was really running that one out. That was closeout ball, as we call it. By getting a double now, if he opens in the 10th, he'd still have 220-something.
Mike Limongello working on a strike, 9th frame. Here are the top 16 in the tournament. You can see that Dave Davis finished 6th, winning $1,600.
Dave Sutar.
Yeah, $1,400.
Our statistician, Harry Smith. Converts the spare. There you see Don McCune getting $1,200. Bobby Knipple. Jim St. John, of course, the defending champion here, garnered only $1,050. The great Don Carter getting $1,000. Bobby Cooper, our former Rookie of the Year, $950. Fred Lenning, who made the 16 in a roll-off, a playoff for the last spot, with Steve Basson, who was our alternate to the 16-man finals. Gary DeGeorge, fine young player on our tour from Denver. And the battle for the cellar was won by Ted Hoffman, but not a bad battle to win for $800.
Mike Limongello is now 57 pins behind. And this afternoon, John Gunther's won $1,800, and Billy Hardwick, finishing 4th, has won $2,000. Bill Allen is still on the way here. He'll be facing Sam Baca for the $7,000 first prize. Total prize money here at San Jose Open is $50,000. If you're going to do it, that's the time to do it, isn't it, Billy?
You're so correct, Bud. Of course, again, just trying to fill the frame or to complete the frame. Didn't have his great concentration. There you see he's just going to kind of roll the ball slowly, get rid of the frame. Average doesn't mean a thing here. It's the win that counts.
So the story of the San Jose Open Championship is almost history now. Bill Allen scoring 220 that game, knocking off Mike Limongello at 181, gets set to meet Sam Baca from Hayward, California. And at stake, the championship and $7,000.